Cell. Cell is called a structural and functional unit of life, right? uh, because there are different cells are going to perform different functions, right? In our body there are trillions of cell, okay, but it is made up of only four type of tissue, okay. So when the cell which is having the common origin, common structure, okay, and function, they will come together, they are going to form tissue. So what is tissue? Tissue is nothing but group of cell, okay, which is having the common origin. Okay, what is tissue? Tissue is the group of cell which is having the common origin, right? Common embryonic origin, we can say. Okay, then it is going to perform the same function and same structure, that is called as what? Tissue. So when many tissue will come together, it is going to form organ. Organ is going to form organism, okay, and after that organism we get, that is the entire population, right? So first you can see in the diagram, there are first atoms, right? These atoms molecule will come together, it is going to form molecule. So molecule is going to, now that is called as chemical level, right? Now you can see now there is a formation of cell. So cell contain different molecule, okay, different organelles are there. So this is called as cellular level, okay. When many cells will come together, you can see the third level is called as tissue level, okay. So what is tissue? Tissue is a group of cell having common origin or common embryonic origin, structure and function, that is called as tissue. So when many tissue will come together, it is going to form organ, okay, and then different organ will come together to form organ system, and finally you get organism, okay, finally you get organism. So in our body there are different organ system are there, okay. So in our body there are trillions of cell, but these cells are, or we have, that is a different tissues, but there are four basic tissues are there. So what are these four basic tissue? There is epithelial tissue, connective tissue, then there is muscular tissue and nervous tissue, okay. So these are the four type of tissue which is going to form variety of organ in your body. So this is called as, that is the level of organization. So in case of the level of organization, first you can see there is a cell. Cell is going to form tissue. Tissue is going to form organ. Organ is going to form organ system. Then there is organism, and finally you get a population, right? Now in our body there are two type of cell. What are the two type of cell? One is called as somatic cell. Another is called as germ cell. Okay, somatic cells are also called as body cell. So meaning of the soma is body, okay. So there are somatic cell, and then there are germ cell. What are the germ cells? Germ cells are nothing but gametes, okay. For example, male gamete is called as sperm, female gamete is called as ovum, and that is produced by the gonads. What are the gonads? These are the reproductive organ. For example, in male, testes are male gonad. In case of the female, ovaries are called as female gonad, okay. So in our body there are two type of cell, that is basic classification, somatic cell and germ cell, okay. You'll come across one more terminology called as histology. So study of structure and arrangement of the tissue. Study of structure and arrangement of the tissue is called as histology. So what is histology? Study of structure and arrangement of the tissue is called as histology. Are you getting? So after that, in case of what your body, there are four types of tissue. So what are these four types of tissue? First tissue is called as epithelial. Second tissue is called as connective. Third tissue is called as the muscular, and finally you have nervous tissue, okay. So this is all about introduction of animal tissue, okay. This is all about introduction of animal tissue. So the next part, that is called as 10.2, is epithelial tissue, okay. Now that epithelial tissue is also called as covering tissue. It is also called as lining tissue, because it is going to cover you, right, or it is going to cover your organ, okay. Therefore it is also called as lining tissue, or it is also called as that is covering tissue. Okay, so either you can call it as epithelial tissue or epithelium. Okay, or you can call it as the covering tissue or lining tissue. Okay, so before starting with that tissue, we will discuss about some properties of that tissues. Okay, what are the properties over here? If you see that, the first, these cells are compactly arranged. Can you see the cells are placed very next to each other? Okay, they are compactly arranged. Since they are compactly arranged, there is no intercellular space. You can see in the diagram. Okay, the cells are placed very close to each other. Okay, since they are placed very close to each other, they are compactly arranged, so there is no intercellular space. Okay, that is the first property. Epithelial tissue is also called as epithelium, lining tissue, covering tissue, because it is going to cover your body organ internally or externally. Okay, so it is form the covering of body and organ, right? So that is the first property. Second property, it you can see the cells are very compactly arranged, so there is no intercellular space. Okay, third, we are going to talk about, you can see all the tissue, right? You can see in the diagram, all the tissue, they are resting on a membrane, and that membrane is called as basement membrane. Can you see this? Okay, all they are resting on double layered acellular. Double layer matlab do layer, right? Double layered acellular, that is they are not made up of cell, so they are resting on double layered acellular membrane called as basement membrane. So remember, basement membrane is a characteristic of epithelial tissue. Basement membrane is a characteristic of epithelial tissue. So that is a third property. Okay, first, it is going to form covering of the body and organ. Second, the cells are compactly arranged, so there is no intercellular space. Okay, third, they are resting on acellular double layered membrane called basement membrane. And basement membrane is a very distinguished characteristic of epithelial tissue. Okay, the third, you can see the shape. What is the shape of the cells? The cells can be cuboidal, or they can be tall column like called as columnar, or they can be polygonal. Okay, what is the shape? Shape of the cells can be cuboidal, that is a cube shape. Then they can be tall pillar like, that is called as columnar, or they can be polygonal in shape. Okay, they can be polygonal in shape. Okay, that is the next property. Then you can see the nucleus. So nucleus is located either in the center or toward the base. Okay, it is located either in the center or toward the base, and nucleus can be oval, or it can be spherical or elliptical in shape. Okay, easy. Then they are said to be avascular. What do you mean by avascular? They do not have their own blood supply. Okay, they do not have their own blood supply. So whatever nutrients are there, these nutrients they obtain from a neighboring tissue. These nutrients they are going to obtain from neighboring tissue by a process called as diffusion. So what is diffusion? Diffusion is movement of molecule from high concentration to low concentration across concentration, that is gradient, or along the concentration gradient. That means molecules are going to move from the region of high concentration to region of low concentration. Okay, so these cells or these epithelial tissue is said to be avascular. A is without, vascular is blood supply, so they do not have their own blood supply. They obtain the nutrient from neighboring tissue or neighboring cells by a process called as diffusion. Okay, but they have their own nerve supply. Okay, they have their own nerve supply. That is one more characteristic. Then they have the capacity of repair and regenerate. Okay, if the cells become old and worn out, Okay, they can be replaced by the new cell. If there is damage to that cell, they can heal themselves, they can repair themselves. That is the characteristic, or that is the very one of the distinguished the characteristic, or distinguished what I can say, the feature of the epithelial tissue. Okay, so what you have to remember? Properties. So what are the properties? The properties are, what are the properties? The first, what is the first property? That is, it is going to form covering of body organ. All right. Second, cells are compactly arranged, no intercellular space. Okay. Then they are resting on double layered acellular membrane called as basement membrane. What is the shape of the cells? It can be cuboidal, it can be columnar, column like, or it can be polygonal in shape. Okay, then they do not have their own blood supply, but they do have their own nerve supply. Okay, they do have their own nerve supply. Then they have the capacity of repair. They can heal themselves, they can repair themselves, and they can regenerate. Okay, so these are what, obviously that happens because of the cell division, that is called as mitosis. Okay, so these are the properties, okay, of properties of epithelial tissue. Understood? Okay, understood. So what are the types of the epithelial tissue? So epithelial tissue can be classified into two broad categories. Okay, so there is a simple epithelial tissue and compound epithelial tissue. Okay, there is simple epithelial tissue, there is compound epithelial tissue. So you can see the epithelial tissue can be classified into two categories, the simple and compound. The simple epithelial tissue is also called as unistratose. Uni is one, okay. Stratum is layer. So unistratose, that means it is made up of only one layer. Okay, it is made up of only one layer. That is called as unistratose. Okay, another is called as multistratose. Okay, multi is many. Okay, multi is many. So there are many layered. So it is called as multistratose. So epithelium can be classified into simple and compound. Simple is made up of only one layer of epithelium, and compound is made up of many layer of epithelium. So simple is also called as unistratose. Compound is called as multistratose or stratified. Okay, you can see that simple epithelium is further divided into squamous epithelium, cuboidal epithelium, columnar epithelium, ciliated epithelium, glandular epithelium, sensory, and germinal epithelium. So there are 7 subtypes of simple epithelium, whereas compound is further classified into stratified or transitional epithelium. Okay, so first we are going to start with the first tissue called as squamous epithelium. Okay, so if you observe that, you can see in the diagram, in case of the squamous epithelium, the cells are thin, flat. Okay, you can see the cells are thin, flat, and polygonal in shape. The cells are thin, flat, and polygonal in shape. The nucleus is centrally placed. Okay, if you observe that cells from the top, okay, when you are going to view it from the top, it appear like a flat tile, it appear like a pavement. Okay, it is going to form mosaic structure just like a paver block. So therefore it is also called as pavement epithelium. Okay, therefore it is also called as pavement epithelium. So the cells are thin, flat, polygonal, nucleus is centrally located. Again, since it is a type of epithelium, it is resting on the basement membrane. Okay, so these cells look like a flat tiles. So therefore it is also called as pavement epithelium. Okay, therefore it is also called as pavement epithelium. So where they are located? They are located in the inner lining of the blood vessels. You can see this is a blood vessel, and innermost layer is made up of simple squamous epithelium. Okay, they are located in the coelom. Coelom is a body cavity. Okay, the body cavity which is formed by the splitting of the mesoderm. So coelom is also lined by the squamous epithelium. Okay, then you can see there are alveoli. So what are the alveoli? So these are the grape-like structure present within the lungs. So these alveoli internally, they are lined by the squamous epithelial cell. Okay, so you can see this. The cells are flat, thin, polygonal in shape, right? Then fit together like tiles of footpath, right? Therefore, it is called as pavement epithelium. The nucleus is spherical or oval, centrally located. Function क्या है? Protection, absorption, transport, filtration and secretion. All these functions are performed by squamous epithelial cells, and where they are located? Blood vessels, alveoli, coelom, etc. Okay, that is the first type called as squamous epithelium. Okay, second is called as cuboidal epithelium. Okay, so the name itself suggests that cuboidal epithelium, you can see the cells are cuboidal in shape. The nucleus is spherical and located in the center. Again, since it is a part of epithelium, it is located on basement, or it is resting on basement membrane. Okay, so what you have to remember, the cell shape, that is cuboidal, nucleus is located in the center. Barakini. Then you can see where they are found. They can be found in case of the kidney, right? So their main role is absorption and secretion. What is the main function? Absorption and secretion. See the second diagram, that is actual photograph of simple cuboidal cell which is found in the kidney. You know, kidney contain nephron, and nephron is having proximal convoluted tubule, distal convoluted tubule. So they are lined by the simple cuboidal epithelial cells. Even the lining of the pancreatic duct, salivary duct, they are lined by with the help of the cuboidal epithelium. So you can see cells are cuboidal in shape, nucleus spherical at the center, function is absorption, secretion, then location, that is lining of pancreatic duct, salivary duct, proximal and distal convoluted duct of the nephron. Nephron is structural and functional unit of kidney. So that is a second type called as cuboidal. The third type is called as columnar. Okay, columnar epithelium, name itself suggests that the cells are like column. Okay, so whatever diagram you can see, that diagram is of intestine. You can see on the intestine there are folds. Okay, so on the folds there are a finger like projection called as villi. Okay, singular is called as villus. So you can see the singular is called as villus. If there are many, it is called as villi. So on the intestine there are folds. On the folds there are a finger-like projection called as villi, and that villi contain a cells called as a columnar epithelium. Okay, you can see this is a columnar epithelium. Okay, and this is a column-like. Okay, this end is called as apical end. You can make in the diagram. Okay, A stand for apical, and this end is called as basal end. Okay, if you observe that the basal end is somewhat narrow and apical end is somewhat broad. Okay, on the apical end, there are a brush border. Okay, there are small finger like projection, and these small finger like projections are called as microvilli. Okay, they are called as microvilli. So what is the shape of the cells? They are column, that is column like or tall pillar like. They have apical and basal end. Basal end is narrow. The apical end, which is free end, which is provided with a brush border or called as microvilli. Okay, so their main role is absorption. Okay, their main role is absorption. Are you getting this? So Cell are tall, pillar like. Inner ends are narrow. Inner end is that is basal end. Free end, that is apical end, which is broad. Flat shows the microvilli. Nucleus is oval and toward the basal end. You can see in the diagram. Okay, it is toward the basal end. Okay, then there are functions: absorption, secretion. Okay, location, where they are located: inner lining of the intestine, gallbladder, gastric gland, and intestinal gland. So your digestive tube is lined by the special epithelium called as columnar epithelium. Okay, the special epithelium that is called as a columnar epithelium. Understood? Okay, so this is all about that is columnar epithelium.